Good afternoon, children. Yesterday, you wrote one test paper, isn't it? Now let's check the answers. Let's check the answers now. Okay, Rifa. Okay. So those who have the question paper, get ready. Take your questions and get ready. Yes, tell me the answers. What is the answer for the first one?
Parallel.
First one is parallel. So the graphical representation of the lines is parallel. Is it correct? A1 by A2. You can, okay, no need to write elaborately because it is a 1 mark question. You have, okay, no step marks and all. You just check the answers like this. 1 by 2 is equal to. So 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4, which is not equal to minus 3 by minus 7, isn't it? That much step is enough. No need to write it elaborately. The condition is A1 by A2 because for the step, no marks. Okay, so here, so what is the condition? Just parallel lines. What about the next one? 2x. So again, look at the same method, isn't it? You can use the condition whether 2 by 3 is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to minus 5 by minus 8. Is it 2 by 3 equal to? It is not equal, isn't it? So what is the answer for the second one?
Unique solution.
Unique solution. Third one, 2 raised to x plus y is equal to 2 raised to x minus y is equal to root 8. Okay, so we can write this as similar question we have discussed in the class, isn't it? 2 raised to x plus y, how we can write? Root 8 means? Root 8. How we can write? 2 cubed raised to half, isn't it? Root means power is half. 8 means 2 cubed. So we can write this as 2 raised to 3 by 2. So we get the first equation as x plus y is 3 by 2. And the second equation x minus y is also 3 by 2. Then adding these two equations, we get 2x is equal to 2 times 3 by 2. So 2 will get cancelled. So x will be 3 by 2. If x is 3 by 2, what is the value of y? Y is 0. Y is 0. Next one, find the values of x and y if. That one also direct question, isn't it? Find the values of x and y. So if you solve it, 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. 3x minus 2y is equal to 5. What is the answer? And we can solve it by any method. What is the answer you got?
3 and
3 and x is 3 and y is 2. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next one, the equations has unique solution. What's the condition for unique solution? A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So K by 6 is not equal to 1 by 2. So K is not equal to 6 by 2, which is not equal to 3. So this is the answer. The next one, if a pair of linear equations is consistent, then their graphs will be always. If a pair of equations is consistent,
Intersecting and coinciding.
coinciding. This, okay, it will be either intersecting or coinciding. Now look at the next one. In triangle ABC, angle C is 3 times angle B times 2 times angle A plus angle B. Then what is angle B? Yes, how you solve this one in triangle ABC? So, what will be angle B? What we know? A plus B plus C is 180. Is that no? We can do this in so many ways, children. We can solve this in so many ways. Okay. So what is that? What? Okay. We no need to take in this way that method and all. You can do it by either using linear equations or easily what you can do. It is 2 times A and B is given. So I multiply throughout by A. 2A plus 2B plus 2C is 360. But what is given about twice angle A plus B? Twice angle A plus B is given as 3B. Plus angle C is given as 3B. Angle C is same as 3B. So 2C means you can write this as 6B is equal to 360. So you'll get 9B is equal to 360. Therefore, what is the value of B? 40. Okay. Okay, you can do it in so many ways. Okay. Here we use just the angle sum property. Next one, x plus y is equal to 5 and 2x plus y is equal to 10. Or what is the condition? Is it consistent or inconsistent? Surely consistent. Next one, ninth one. The difference between two numbers is 26. One number is 3 times the other. Find them.
39 and 13.
39 and 13. You can write the linear equations. Okay. You can write the equation x minus y is 26 and one number is given as 3 times the other and you will get 2 equations. Or in some cases what you can do, from the given numbers you can find difference is 13. Here in it subtract, we will not get 13. Here also we will not get 13. Here no 13. So in which case you will get differences 26, 29 and 13 you will get 26. And one number is 3 times. Okay. At times for one more question, okay, you can apply your skill. You do that. Okay, what you have learned in our lower classes, by you are applying, you can check the answer. Is it okay? Up to the 9th one, is it okay? Now let's check the next set. Look at the next one. The values of x and y. If x plus y is 14 and x minus y is 4. So when we add, okay, we can solve it easily, isn't it? Or from here you can check. Suppose if I take these two values, sum is 14, x minus y, we will not get 4. So it is not possible. Here, if you add 14, we will not get 14. Here also, it is none of this. But what about here? We will get. So this is our answer. Either you can solve or you can do this linear equations and all. You can solve the value and you can find. Substitute it and you can check. Look at the next case. For what value of k? Equation kx plus 3y minus k minus 3 and 12x plus ky minus k is equal to 0 have infinitely many solution. What is the condition for infinitely many solution? a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, isn't it? So when you apply this one, a1 by infinitely many solution means a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to, is it correct? Equal to c1 by c2. So if you take the first two, you'll get k square is 36. So k is plus or minus 6. Here, what is the option given here? K is 6. Look at the next one. If the lines represented by two equations coincide each other, then the pair of equations are, they are coinciding lines. That means same equations, isn't it? That means what you can say about the equations? They are
Dependent.
dependent. Unique solution means it is independent. Infinite solution means it is dependent. The next one, 13th one. The pair of equations y equal to 0 and y is equal to minus 7 has, because these are two parallel lines. So you'll get no solution. Again, the next one. For the linear equations, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. The lines are If this condition happens, what is the answer?
Coinciding.
Coinciding lines. Yes. The next one, 15th one. 5 years ago, Nuri was thrice as old as Sonu. 10 years later, Nuri will be thrice as old as Sonu. How old are Nuri and Sonu? So here you have to frame the equation and you have to check, isn't it? Suppose let us take Nuri's present age as X and Sonu's present age as Y. 5 years ago, Nuri will be X minus 5 equal to 3 times Y minus 5. So X minus 5 is equal to 3Y minus 15. So X minus 5 minus 3Y plus 15 is 0. So we get X minus 3Y plus 10 as 0. This is the first equation. Now frame the second equation. 10 years later, X plus 10 will be Nuri is twice as old as Sonu, 2 times Y plus 10. So if you open the bracket, we get 2Y plus 20. So we get X minus 2Y minus 10 is 0. We can solve these two equations and find what is X, what is Y. So what is the answer? What will be their ages?
50 and 20.
50 and 20. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So up to this, is it okay, children? Is it okay? Is this about okay? Now let us check the next set. That is the 16th question. 16th one. If in two triangles ABC and DEF, AB by DF is equal to BC by FE is equal to CA by ED, then what is the answer? We are given 3 sides are proportional. So what is the result? You can use SSS criteria. Therefore, what you will get?
DSC.
Answer is 4th one, isn't it? Look at here. AB by DF. If you take the first 2 letters, AB by DF is equal to BC by FE is equal to CA by DE. No need to draw the figure. Okay, you can check it from here. If you take the first part, AB by DE, you are not getting AB by DE. So it is not possible. This is not possible. Now look at the next one. Here also you get AB by ED. The next one, AB by EF. Okay, if it fails for any one of the condition, you leave it. You go with the next option. Now look at the next one, 17th one. In triangle ABC, BAC is 90 degree. So BAC is 90, angle A is 90. AD is drawn perpendicular to BC. Then what is the condition you will get?
Third option.
Third option. We'll get 3 triangles are similar, isn't it? Okay, from the 3 triangles, okay, you always keep it in mind whenever perpendiculars are drawn. This is one of the perpendicular, this is other perpendicular. BD into CD will be same as AD square. You'll get 3 triangles here, isn't it? BAD will be similar to, sorry, not BD, BDA will be similar to BAC. Similarly, ADC will be similar to triangle BAC. All the 3 triangles are similar. From there, if you look at the criteria, you will get this concept. What about the 18th one? The length of the diagonals of a rhombus We know the properties of rhombus. In a rhombus, all the four sides are equal. The length of the diagonals are 16 and 12. So if you take the half of it, it will be 8 and the other side will be 6. So what will be the length of the side of the rhombus? We can use Pythagoras theorem, isn't it? By using Pythagoras theorem, it is 10 centimeter. It is 10 centimeter. Then look at the 19th one. It is given ABCD is a trapezium. ABCD is a trapezium in which P and Q are points on B, AD and BC such that PQ is parallel to DC. Okay. Now in a trapezium, if it divides parallelly, okay, if a trapezium, if a line divides it, the sides will be proportional. AP by PD will be equal to BQ by QC. But look at the question. What are the sides given here? Which are the sides given? PD is given as 18. BQ is 35. QC is 15. You have to find AD. You have to find AD. So we don't know what is AD. Okay. So how will you find this? Suppose this is X. So we can write this as X by 18 is equal to 35 by 15. You simplify and you find X. After finding X, add with 18, you'll get the answer. I think, okay, is it 60? Is it 60 children?
Yes, ma'am, it's 60.
60. Again, the next one, in an isosceles triangle, it is given as isosceles in which AB is equal to AC. AB is same as AC. Sorry, not AB. AC is equal to BC. So it is C, A, B. These two sides are equal. And it is given AB square is 2AC square, isn't it? This is a question we did in Pythagoras. AC 2AC square means it is AC square plus AC square. AC is same as BC. So we can write this as BC square plus AC square. So we get sum of squares of two sides is equal to third side square. So we'll get angle C as 90. Angle C is 90.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look at the next set. Look at the next one. All circles are
Similar.
similar. Similarly, if two triangles are similar, then the corresponding angles are equal. Again, look at the next one. In triangle ABC, BE is drawn parallel to AB. So ABC, BE is drawn parallel. EC is given as 4. BE is 6. Then what is the length of BA? BE is given as 6. CD is 3.
4.5.
4.5. Corresponding sides will be proportional. If a line is drawn, CD by DA is equal to CE by EB. Corresponding sides are proportional. Similarly, next one. In a square of side 10 centimeter, side is 10. What is the diagonal?
10 root 2.
10 root 2.
Root 2. Pythagoras theorem. Again, the next one. A man goes 24 meter due west and 10 meter due north. So what is the distance? How far he is from the starting point? He goes west. Along west, he goes 24 meter. And then here it is 10 meter. So what is the distance? You have to use Pythagoras theorem, isn't it?
26 meter.
Yes, 26. Okay, the No, will not come like this. It will be coming like this, 24, and then he goes 10 meters. So we'll get 26 meters. The next one, length of an altitude of a triangle of side 8 centimeter is, if the side is A, what is the altitude?
4√3.
A root 3 by 2. So here 8 root 3 by 2 means it is
8 by 2, 4.
4 root
4
3.
root 3.
Then next one. 27th one. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. So two triangles are similar. Therefore, corresponding sides will be proportional, isn't it? So AB by DE will be equal to BC by EF is equal to AC by CF. Now the measurements AB is given as 4, DE is 6. Then BC, okay, I will draw the figure also. ABC and DEF. ABC and DEF. AB is 4. DE is 6. EF is 9. FD is 12. So what is the ratio here? We get the ratio in the form 2:3. Is that no? It is in the form 2:3. So ratio of the sides is 2:3. So perimeter also will be in the same ratio. So perimeter of triangle ABC by perimeter of the triangle CEF. The ratio will be also 2/3. Sides and perimeter, altitude, median, everything. If two triangles are similar, all the things will be proportional. It will be same as the ratio of the sides. Now what is perimeter of the triangle ABC? We want to find. So perimeter of triangle ABC by, what is the perimeter of the side? The triangle DEF, 6 plus 9 plus 12 is 2/3. So from here, what is the perimeter?
18 centimeters.
18 centimeter. Again, the next one, ladder's question. A ladder is 10 meter long, reaches a window 8 meter above the ground. A ladder which is 10 meter long reaches 8 meter above the ground. How far the distance? The distance of the foot of the ladder from the base. What is this distance?
6 centimeters.
10 square minus 8 square.
10 square minus 8 square. So it is 6
6
centimeter.
Ma'am, 6 meter only, no?
Yes, meter. 6 meter.
6 centimeters, any problem?
6 centimeter. So here, okay, you are marking this option, third one, isn't it? So here it is in meter, means everything in meter. Okay. Look at the next one. 29th one. In triangle ABC, XY are the points on AC and AB. In triangle ABC, X is a point on AB and Y is a point on AC, such that AX by XB, AX is 3, XB is 4, and AY is 5, and YC is 9. Then XY and BC are, what can you say?
Not parallel.
Are
Not-
they proportional? You check that
No.
one. Is it proportional? No,
No, ma'am.
it is not proportional. Therefore, it is not parallel. Look at the next one. If triangle ABC and DEF are two triangles such that AB by DE is equal to BC by FD. AB by DE is equal to BC by FD. So that is AB by BC is equal to, you can rearrange it. Okay, because ABC is one triangle. ABC is one triangle. DEF is the other triangle. So AB by BC is equal to DE by FD. So these two triangles will be similar. So two sides are proportional. And we should get one included angle. So which is the included angle?
Angle B is equal to angle D.
Angle B is equal to angle D.
Ma'am, can you show the first part?
First part, which one?
Like
Ma'am,
one,
20th question also will you show?
So I think it will be. Hmm. Okay. So now which question you want, Ashik? Which one?
2, 10.
Can you show from 1 to 10?
See?
1 to 10.
Not. It is okay. Just for discussion, if you have any doubt, you can clear it. That's all. Okay. Okay, children. I think I will end this one. We have to.
Wait,
Hmm.
ma'am.
Ma'am, first one answer.
First one, I know what is the answer you got?
1.
Ma'am, first and second answer.
First one, what is the answer? What is? Are they parallel or intersecting? It is parallel, isn't it? And the second one, it is unique solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, children. See? Once your exams gets over, on I think on Friday or Saturday, your exam will get over. After that, what you have to do? You take this question and once again solve it. Solve this question again. Okay. If you learn, okay. So if you do it again and again, means we'll be able to, we'll be getting them. Okay. So I will be thinking that this question I did last week, why I have to do it. If you do like that, if you think like that, during the exam, we will not be getting the speed. Similarly, don't work out only for the previous 2 days of the exam. Work out regularly. That is the thing important in maths. Okay, if you work out regularly, you will get the speed. If you learn only the 2 days before the exam, means we will not be getting the speed. Then we will not be able to complete the questions on time. We will get tensed. When we get tensed, some mistakes we will commit. So what do you have to do? At least for the exam, we know we are completing some chapters. We have completed the chapters. You have your text one book with you. You can do the revision. You can, how you can do? You take the first chapter, learn all the concepts. You take 10 questions, solve it. MCQs are there in RD Sharma. As I know, every day you can practice like this. You take 10 questions, solve it, and check 10 questions in 10 minutes, not more than that. 10 questions within 10 minutes. And after solving, you check the answer, whether I'm getting, okay, if you are getting 80-90%, it is okay. Suppose I'm not getting 80-90% out of 10, suppose less than 5 and all went wrong, means what you have to do? The concept is not thorough. Once again, learn it. Once again, learn the formula and all, then you solve the next question. Like that, you have to practice it. Is it clear? By practicing only, children, you can develop speed in maths. Otherwise, look at this question. This question is an easy question. It's not at all very tough. Is that no? All the questions, almost all the questions are direct questions. Okay, and we have discussed only the MCQs. For the board exam, we'll be getting assertion reasoning type of questions. We'll be getting paragraph-based questions. That is case study questions and all. Okay, so by practicing only we can do that. Regular practicing, you have to develop it. Will you be doing that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on Saturdays, Sundays, you do revise it. Okay. Okay, children. Now let us start with the last class. We are discussing about trigonometry, isn't it? Let's recall the formulas and all. What about trigonometry? What is the introduction we discussed? Trigonometry is the branch of mathematics, isn't it? It deals with the sides and ratios, sides and angles. It gives the relation between the sides and angles. And we learned 6 ratios. Recall the ratios. What are the ratios we discussed? We learned sine, isn't it? Sine of angle A is equal to, what is the formula we learned? Sine is, what is the formula we learned? Side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. Okay, sine is side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. What about cos of the angle? Cos of an angle we learned with us.
Adjacent side by hypotenuse.
Very good. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Side adjacent to angle A by hypotenuse. And what about tan A? Tangent of angle A. Tangent of angle A, we denote it as simply tan A. What is tan A?
Sin
Side,
A by cos A.
otherwise, side opposite to angle A by adjacent to angle A. It is same as sin A by cos A. The sin A by cos A. Then cosecant of angle A. Cosecant of angle A is hypotenuse by opposite side, isn't it? Side opposite to angle A. In other words, we can say it is 1 by sine. Cosec is 1 by sine. Then next is CK. Sec is hypotenuse by adjacent. By adjacent. So which will be same as 1 by cos A. This 1 by cos A. The next one we have learned is cot A. Cot is cos. Okay, cot A is side adjacent to angle A by opposite. So this is same as, listen children, cot is the reciprocal of tan. 1 by tan A, which is same as cos A by sin A, which is same as cos A by sin A. Okay, so once again, write all these formulas from the beginning. Write down all the formula in your notebook. So in the next class, okay, learn the formula and come. Sin is opposite by hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. Tan is opposite by adjacent. Yes. Okay, now let us do some questions based on this. Using this ratios, we are going to solve some questions. Write the question. Given tan A is equal to, given tan A is equal to tan of angle, tan A. Okay, we can't write simply tan. Tan means it is meaningless. Tan of some angle is needed. So given tan A is equal to 4/3, find the other trigonometric ratios. Find the other trigonometric ratios. We have to find the other trigonometric ratios. It is given tan A is 4/3. So how to do this? One ratio is given. Trigonometric ratio, tan A is given. We have to find the other ratios. Total, how many ratios are there? How many ratios are there?
6.
6 ratios are there. One ratio is given. We are asked to find the remaining. We have to find out the remaining. So here, first we draw the figure. Look at here. Tan of A is defined. Tan A is defined. That means A is an acute angle. Is it clear? We can't mark A at 90 degree. Tan can be, okay, trigonometric ratios will be defined for some acute angles. So A is an acute angle. We can't mark it A at 90 degree. Then everything will go wrong. Now, let's start with the definition. What is the definition of tan A? Tan A is, by definition, it is opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent, which is 4/3. So, the side opposite to adjacent, which is the side opposite to angle A? BC, isn't it? And side adjacent is AB. So BC is 4, AB is 3. Now, using Pythagoras theorem, we can find AC. Hypotenuse we can find. Two sides are given. So by using Pythagoras theorem, we can find AC. AC square will be same as AB square plus BC square. So which is equivalent to 4 square plus 3 square, which is 16 plus 9, which is 25. Therefore, what is AC? AC is 5. AC is 5. Yes? Is it okay, children? Once we get the hypotenuse, we can write the formula and you can find all the sides. Is it okay? We are given with only one ratio, tan. What is the definition of tan? Opposite by adjacent. So which is the side opposite to A? BC. So BC is 4. And which is the adjacent side? AB is the adjacent side. So AB is 3. So we get 4 and 3. Now using Pythagoras theorem, we can find the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to AB square plus BC square, which is 4 square plus 3 square, which is 16 plus 9, which is 25. Therefore, AC is 5. So now we have AC. Now you can find out the remaining angles. What is sine? What about sine? We have to find sine. What is the definition of sine? See, whenever you write this, whenever you find the trigonometric ratios, write the formula and do. Sine is opposite by hypotenuse. So which is the side opposite to A? BC by AC, which is equivalent to 4/5. What is cos A? Adjacent by hypotenuse. What about the adjacent side for the angle A, which is the adjacent side? AB by AC. AB is 3, AC is 5. Now already tan A is given. So once you find these two angles, the remaining you can write. What is cosec A? Cosec A is the reciprocal of sine. It is 1 by sine A. So it will be 5/4. What is sec A? It is the reciprocal of cos. 1 by cos A. So it is 5/3. And cot A. Cot is reciprocal of tan, 1 by tan A, which is equivalent to 3 by 4. Is it okay? Is it clear, children? If you are learning the formula thoroughly, we can do this easily. Is it okay? How to find, is the method clear? Is it okay? Meghna?
Yes, ma'am.
Meghna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are given one ratio.
One more time.
We are given S. We are given with a ratio tan A. What is the definition of tan? Opposite by adjacent. So you draw the triangle. Tan A is defined means A is the acute angle. So which is the opposite side to tan? If angle A, for angle A, the opposite side is BC by
Yes, ma'am.
AB. BC is 4 and AB is 3. Okay, so two sides of the right angle triangle is known. Find the third side. Find the third side using Pythagoras theorem. So by using Pythagoras theorem, we get AC as 5. Hypotenuse is 5. Now you start the definition. Sin A is opposite by hypotenuse. So it is 4 by 5. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. Cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. So for the angle A, the adjacent side is AB by AC, which is 3 by 5. What about cosec? It is the reciprocal of sine. Sec is reciprocal of cos. And cot is reciprocal of tan. Okay? Okay, children? So in the next class, learn the... Okay, children. Thank you. Okay, meet you in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye.